Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Urvi and I create videos on immigration in Canada and life in Canada in general. So if that interests you, please consider subscribing my channel. It will really mean a lot for all of the effort I'm putting into my channel. Alright, so in today's video, we are going to talk about surrender of Indian passport in Canada. So once you have acquired any foreign nationality, any foreign passport, you will have to surrender your Indian passport as India does not allow dual citizenship. So this is specific to if you're in Canada, how to apply for surrender of Indian passport in Canada, specifically via BLS. So I'll take you through step by step all the steps throughout the process. So let's review the steps here. So step number 1, review the eligibility and collect documents. So before we actually submit the application, there are several tasks we need to complete, and most of the processes like these immigration processes are very cumbersome and they need a lot of documents. So I've simplified it with you, so stay with me in this journey. So let's go to BLS website. So this is the BLS website and I'm into Toronto jurisdiction because that's where I belong to, and I went under surrender of Indian citizenship. So this is how you reach here. I have added this link in the description below so you can directly go there. Basically the first tab, information tab, has some information about why do you need to surrender and who is eligible for surrender and who is not eligible for surrender and things like that. So bottom line, if you have your Canadian passport in your hand, you will have to surrender your Indian passport, and I'll show you how. So the next tab is about application fees. So these are the application fees. Total is 129.40, and then there are several different conditions. If you're doing a courier, then you need to add the courier fees and such. We'll get here as well. So second tab is about application. The third tab is most important, which has the document requirement. So we'll now we have made sure that you are eligible, you have the Indian passport, and now you need to apply for surrender of this application. So first thing we'll do is we will review the checklist here. So I already have this open here. So basically this checklist gives us all the different elements of the application. So we need to make sure A to H, all of these are completed before we can submit the surrender application. So the first thing is checklist, so we don't need to worry about it right now. But second is most important, which is online application form, and I will walk you through how to fill surrender online application form. Other things you need to keep ready is the original and copy of Indian passport. You need to keep your citizenship certificate copy ready. You need to also have your Canadian passport and a copy of Canadian passport as well, proof of address, driver's license, utility bill and such, and the photograph. It's 2" by 2" photograph, which you need to get clicked and keep ready as well. For fees, if you are doing a postal application, then you need to create a demand draft or money order. If you're doing in person, then you can use credit card, debit card and such. All right. Okay, so let's go to the next step, which is fill online form. Okay, so in order to get this link, I've also added this link in the description below, but the easier method is go to form and annexure and click here. So this is your link. You'll also find this link in the description below, so that's easy for you. Alright, so once you are here, it's Passport Seva at Indian Embassies and Consulate, and it has if you scroll down, find the Canada flag. Okay, so Canada is where you want to go. Click on Canada. Once you click on Canada, this page will appear, and here, because you are registering for the first time, you'll do register. If you're doing it for the second time, you'll do user login. Okay, so I'll do register, and now here you will fill in this information step by step. So consulate is Canada, You'll find that Canada, Toronto. For me, my name is Urvi and last name is Joshi, so I'll keep it J. Date of birth, let me put a random date. So enter your email address. Do you want your login ID to be same as email address? So I would like yes, so that becomes easy for me. Choose your password. Confirm your password. Put a hint question. Okay, so it says that registering the Seva is, what you've done is you have now registered yourself to this portal, and now you need to click that link to activate your account. So make sure you do that. Okay, so once you click on that link, put your information. And your account has been successfully activated. You go back to home and then you can log in. So you do user log. Once you log in, you'll see this landing page, and it has several options. So one of them, like 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth one. Fifth one is apply for surrender of Indian passport. So you click on that. As soon as you click on that, a step-by-step application form opens up. So you just have to keep on adding information as you go along. So you'll do like you'll fill in one page and go to next and so on and so forth. So I will do it with you just so that you are clear, and if you have any confusion on any of the field, this video can help you out. So I'm going to put a random passport number. Putting the date of issue, date of expiry, place of issue, surrender. Why are you surrendering? Current applicant's nationality, because now you are Canadian, so you have to choose this as Canada. And then when did you acquire this? And then what is your foreign passport number, which is your Canadian passport number, right? So you have to put that and move on. The next page is all about you, so you will put all of your information. I don't know what date I put initially, but it's fine. Is your place of birth in India? So you say yes. Region, country, choose whatever you are, wherever you're from. Oh, out of India, sorry, my bad. So is your place of birth out of India? Say no. And then choose the state you're born in. Choose the district. And then marital status, education qualification, graduate and above. If you have any visible distinguishing mark, you can put that, like a mole on a chin or a birthmark or anything like that. You can put it here, and then move forward. Oh, you need to. I forgot the gender. So if obviously female. Moving on. Okay, now in this tab, you will fill in your family details. So start with your father's name. Okay, and then your spouse's name. Spouse's nationality, whatever it is. Okay, and then next. and then your present residential address. So here you'll fill in your residential address. So it's saying present. In this tab, you will put your present residential address. So first question is your present residential address out of India? So that will be yes. And then you will put your residential address. I'm just putting a random address for your guidance, and you put your email address which you put earlier. Okay, put your mobile number. Save next. Once you go there, then you put your emergency contact. Move next. And then this is your information. Review all the information and go to next. And then this is a summary. So review all of your summary details. Make sure everything is correct. Okay. And then say I agree in Toronto or wherever you're from. And then you submit the application. Okay. Once you submit the application, it will say make sure all the details are correct. So you say yes, the details are correct, and a reference number will be successfully created. So they'll say thank you, this is your application reference number, you need this number. It will go in on your document checklist. Go to your home page now, and now if you look at your home page, you will have this application right here, and this is your ARN number, which is very important. So congratulations, now you have successfully completed your surrender online form, but the process doesn't complete here. There's several more steps to complete before the final application is submitted. So let's look at the next step. The next step here is gather all documents and pay fees. So we need to go back to our document checklist, gather all the documents and pay the fees. So let's look at that. How does that look like? All right, so we have our document checklist open. Now online application form, we have filled it in. We'll have to just print a copy of the same, and then Indian passport, we need the original. So always remember, you need your original Indian passport and a copy. Further, you need your Canadian citizenship copy. Then you will need your Canadian passport original if you are going to apply through post. You'll need a copy if you're going in person. Okay, so like you'll have to submit a copy, but get your original Canadian passport reviewed by the BLS officer. The next step is proof of address. So make sure you have a proof of address. You also need to go and get your photograph completed. Photograph should be 2x2. So if you review your checklist, if you scroll down, there's a lot of information, so you can easily review each one of them. But I just want to emphasize a bit more on the Canadian foreign passport one. Okay, so although this checklist here, it says that only send Canadian foreign passport. Okay, it only says that, just a copy of Canadian passport. However, if you scroll down and look closely, it says here in E, it says please enclose photo page of your Canadian foreign passport having photographs and the details of your original passport. That's great. Now the second line here is original passport is required to be submitted for verification. It will be returned back after verification. Copies must be self-attested by the application. Okay, so you have to read in the fine lines here. There is a mistake or a gap between what the summary page here states versus what the details down below states. So what I did was I sent my Canadian passport, I sent my Indian passport, I sent a copy of my Canadian and all of the copies which are requested. I self-attested it because it is required to put your signature on each and every copy. But I had to send both of the original passports over. And I'm emphasizing this to you because if you don't send your original Canadian passport, then you'll have to pay extra to send again. And this is true if you're doing like pick up and drop. If you're going in person, then definitely you're going to take your Canadian passport with you. But I did pick up and drop, and I'll speak about the benefits of pick up and drop in a minute. Okay, so these are all the documents you need. Gather them, print them, self-attest them, and make sure your photographs is 2 inch by 2 inch. In this case, it doesn't need to be like if the photograph is not stamped at the back, it's fine, just for the surrender part. Okay, so I just wanted to let you know that. And the final part is fees. Okay, so if you are going for postal application, which is pick up and drop, you're going to use superior letter pick up and drop, then you can go with demand draft or certified checks. Okay, but if you're going in person, then it can be cash or debit card, no credit cards. Okay, so these are the conditions. Now for fees, how much exactly you need to pay? Let me go to the application tab and help you out here. So Indian citizens acquiring foreign citizenship after June 2010 has to pay 129.40. Okay, so this is the amount of on the demand draft. You'll put this amount on your demand draft, and the details are here. So on the demand draft, you'll make it on the name of BLS International Services Canada Inc. with the amount, with this amount. Okay, so that is it. You have to create this demand draft for that amount. And when all of these documents are ready, like your checklist is ready, your application form, Indian passport, all of these documents are ready, then you go to the next step, which is submitting. Now you have to submit application. When you come here, you have two options. Now recently you have noticed that there are a lot of people just waiting in front of BLS center like since midnight, and they're putting the chairs and they're kind of camping in front of the office or the location. I'm someone who would rather pay a bit extra and get things done rather than waiting in the line and things like that. So I find pickup option very, very convenient, and I'll show you how to do that. So I personally use pickup option, but you can also do visiting of BLS center. You can go there and wait in the queue and get it done. Okay, so let me show you the online version of how do you actually submit your pickup and drop off option through BLS website. Okay, all right, so when you go to the home page, here it says to book your pickup and drop off application, please visit the following. So you click here. Now when you click here, there is three options: pick up and drop off separately. Since you want your documents to be taken from your house and dropped off at your house, you'll use pick up and drop off option. Okay, so now you clicked here and you are in pick up and drop off option. So here you will choose passport as your service and your first letter of your postal code. So I'll say M, and it says you lie in Brampton BLS Center. So Brampton BLS Center is your center, and there is where you will be sending all of the documents. So now it's easy. You fill in this form. I'll show you how. You put your name, put your passport number, you put your contact number, you put your email address, you put your home address, put your postal code, okay, you choose the date when you want the courier guy to pick up the information from your house. So even if you have your photograph remaining or your demand draft remaining and you're like, okay, I'm almost done, I'll complete this as well. So you can always do that. So you can choose a distant date. So you can choose like today's 9th. I'll choose 13th because I'll give myself enough time to get things ready for myself. And then you choose from where they should be picking things up. So front door, which province you are in. You'll choose the pickup time as well. All right. So your pickup part is All right, so once you proceed to next, now you can see that that's a summary of the fees which you need to pay, which is pickup and drop off. So pickup is $30, drop off is $30. There's a convenience fee, and that's the total which you need to pay. So once you are happy with what you filled in earlier, you just, go ahead, proceed to payment, use any card to complete the payment, and make sure, the one thing you need to make sure is after you pay, there will be a confirmation message on your screen. So take a screenshot or save it as a PDF and keep it as a record that you have paid both pickup and drop off. It will have your order number and express drop off and things like that. So make sure you take a screenshot of that and print it out and put it in your application. The other thing which you'll have to print it out is the label. After you complete the payment, there will be a label created, which is a pickup label that we will have to pick up for the Purolator services to reference where they need to take your package. All right, so two things: make sure you have the receipt or the confirmation on the page which comes after payment. Take a screenshot or save it as a PDF and print it off. And the second thing you need to print off is a label. All right, so these two things, make sure to print off. These two things are not mentioned in the document checklist, so I'm telling you guys, please do that to avoid any back and forth with BLS, because trust me, if you miss on any minute thing or any small thing, they'll send the application back. You have to do everything over. It wastes time, effort, and everything. And BLS is very, very picky, so you have to make sure that you follow through and you complete each step very thoroughly. All right, so that is the last step. Once that is done, make sure you print off your hard copies of every document. Is very clear. You self-attest them and you follow this checklist. Don't forget to complete this checklist as well. You need to complete this checklist. You need to tick, 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 tick. When everything is ready, put tick marks here. Complete this form: name of the applicant, ARN number, BLS center. For me, it would be Brampton, date. All right, so you complete this first page and then put all of these documents in this specific order. Do not mess up the order. Put everything in this specific order. Put your demand draft in, put your photos, everything in, and wait for the Purolator guys to pick stuff up. One another thing, you do not need an envelope. Purolator folks will bring an envelope and pick all of your documents and take it away for you. Let me know in the comments below if you're interested in learning more about my timeline as to when I submitted my surrender certificate and when I received mine. So I'll be more than happy to share that information with you and keep you posted about my process as well. If you have any more questions, put it in the comments below and I'll be more than happy to get back to you. Please don't forget to subscribe and like, and I'm really hoping that this video was very helpful to you. All the best. Once again, make sure everything is in order and review your application before you submit it to avoid any back and forth. I wish you all the best and I'll see you in my next video. Until then, please take care of yourself. Bye bye.